And she's like big on cleanliness. Like her biggest rule was like clean the bathroom before you leave it, and clean the kitchen before you eat.
Roommates are so weird. You don't want to end up in like one of those like single white female situations.
What is that?
You ever seen that movie, Single White Female? It's a movie about this girl who like puts out an ad in the newspaper, a single white female looking for a roommate or something. And then she ends up like she finds a roommate, but then the roommate ends up like trying to become her and taking over her life, and then tries to kill her.
Is this with Brenda Song?
No.
Vanessa Hudgens?
I don't know. But there was a remake. I think the original movie's from like the early 90s.
Oh.
But then there was another remake in like the 2010s. I can't remember who was in it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I don't want anything crazy. I just want...
Don't say nothing crazy. We on live.
I would just prefer a roommate that's like, minds her business, I mind mine. We keep the common areas clean. And other than that, we're pretty much out of each other's hair. We talk and chill. Like, we can get along. But it's not like a forced friendship or anything like that.
Yeah, Brenda Song wasn't even in the second one.
What am I thinking of? I don't know. I'm thinking of a TV show I think she had on Hulu.
The one with the lady with the cats?
Maybe.
And on that note...
Who was on Single White Females?
A bunch of white girls. And on that note, y'all, welcome to the Untitled Africans podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Wangeshi.
And welcome to the ongoing ramblings of two exhausted individuals.
I'm like gonna try to amp it up because our last episode was low energy, so I'm gonna try to amp it up in my voice. You know, let's use the commercial. Let's use the commercial VO voice.
Who's that? The news anchor couple.
Oh, and today at 5.
Right, Anthony, thank you so much. Now back to Wangeshi.
Yes.
With the headlines.
Brian is wearing glasses. Tell me, Brian, what did it feel like the first time you had to wear glasses?
Well, as the song says, I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. That is exactly how it felt, Wangeshi.
I love to hear that. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. Anywho, how you been, girl? How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been draining. You know, I wrapped up a lot of my classes, so I thought like by now I'd feel better. But I don't feel better. Or I thought I'd feel less overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I don't feel less overwhelmed. I still have like hella shit to do. It's like one thing
after another.
Yeah, like literally, like I was telling you, my phone cracked out of nowhere yesterday.
Then it was a whole ordeal to get it fixed.
It was a whole ordeal to get it fixed. Literally, I didn't need to wake up early for once. And then my alarm, I forgot to turn it off. So it goes off at like 8:30 or something. And I'm like, oh, I don't need to wake up. Let me turn it off. My phone is on the floor. Which usually I have it up on my bedstand, but I wanted it to charge. I'm like, I'll let it charge overnight one time. I flipped this bitch over, and she has a tiny little crack on the side, and then white lines all across her. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? So I go to turn off the alarm. Why is the touch screen not working? So literally,
and if y'all know Wangeshi, you know she's a diehard Android fan, and it's like one of those like Samsung Galaxy S3s.
It's the Samsung Note 20 Ultra.
Ooh, okay, bitch, shit.
Yeah.
For those iPhone people, that's basically a 14 Pro Max.
Well, I don't
know.
The equivalent. Because they're like on 23 now, but I just got this one. I'm done.
Samsung be moving hella fast. But how the fuck? And then she got this hard ass shell case on it. Like, what is it doing? This bitch is like a brick. It's already heavy enough.
Exactly. And what the fuck was the case doing? I want to know. Because why? And it fell off my bed. My bed is like, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet up into the air. I don't know math and inches and shit. It's not high up on off the floor.
Maybe like 2 feet.
Yeah, it's like a little platform and then the bed. Like, very simple. It's not like I got fucking frames and mattresses. Right. So I don't know how the fuck it cracked. And then it cracked. And my ass set so many alarms, not just to wake up, but an alarm for me to, oh, bring this document with you. Oh, do your like vocal warm-ups. Oh, do this, do that. And since I couldn't touch
knowing
my touchpad,
you, I know how many alarms you have. Yeah. Literally, we'll be in the middle of recording. You just hear. Zzz, zzz, zzz. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's like, oh, and I'll be like, well, Ngeshi, what is that? She's like, oh, it's just my alarm to do something. I'm like, do you need to do it right now? She's like, no, it's okay.
I'll snooze it for like 20, 25 minutes, 15. I do that shit all the time, but because the touch screen wasn't working, I couldn't do it. And like, I could just snooze it from pressing like the side buttons. And so it just went on.
So you just kept going off and you just had to keep.
Forever. And with Androids, there's a thing where it's like, if you just leave it ringing or something for a while, it just says missed alarm. So there would be points where I'd stop touching it, I'd let it ring incessantly, thinking I'd fucking get missed alarm, and it stopped going off. Literally, I took it to get fixed at 2 p.m. As I was talking to the guy, it was going off.
Damn, I know they were probably annoyed trying to fix that.
They were like, "You're big on alarms, huh?" I'm like,
I like to remember shit.
Yeah. Literally, if I don't set an alarm or a calendar reminder, I'm gonna forget. And it takes the like pressure off my brain to remember, and it's in my phone.
Have you always been like this?
Yes and no.
Because I'm just literally picturing. I'm like, are you the type of roommate who like had like 50 alarms to get up, but then you didn't hear any of them?
No, I don't do that typically.
Because I hate those kind of people.
Yeah, no, I understand that. There are phases where I do that. But usually my alarms now, I set them because I realized I forget shit. And so a good way to make sure I remember is to set an alarm.
Girl, you got
but it definitely bit me in the ass.
So that's how your weekend's been, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Hectic, more hectic. Haven't packed a thing. Have to still write 12 pages.
Oof. Oh, yeah, you still have your essay thing, don't you? No, your writing class.
Yeah, I'm just not going to sleep tonight, I think.
Come on, vamping. Remember when the girls used to vamp?
What is vamping? Vampire?
Like staying up all night.
Ain't no way y'all made a word.
No, it was like a thing like back in like the OG Twitter days and shit.
So y'all are vampires and y'all call
Girl, it's called vamping and it just
y'all slang
shut up. All right. We were in middle school and high school, okay? The girls thought they were doing something.
That does sound very like that time
2010s, yeah. Dumb shit we used to come up with. Fuck yeah.
That's cute.
Girl, I wish. Damn, sounds like we've both been having stressful ass weeks.
How's your day been?
Girl, where do I begin? Honestly, work's just been crazy. It's just work that's killing me, honestly. If I didn't have work, I probably would be fine.
What would you be doing?
Probably planning a beach vacation.
I think you should plan it anyway.
Because I thought I was going to do something for my birthday, but then now it's like, got another trip planned like a week before.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I do back to back? I'm not one of those girls. I'm not one of the girlies who be like, just came back from New York, leaving for some remote island next week. And like, girl, I can't do a 1 week turnaround with my suitcase. I need my suitcase needs to sit for like at least 2 months in a corner, undisturbed. And then I'll even consider opening it. It's like when I start to need something from the suitcase, I'll open it.
It's like, okay, it's time to unpack this shit.
But like a whole like 1 week turnaround, come back, go, come back. No. I mean, I don't know. I might do a staycation.
Yeah, you could do
be
that.
Nice.
Maybe even just take like 2 or 3 days PTO where you're at home chilling.
I can't do PTO though.
Why not?
Because I need my PTO for everything else I have planned this year. So what I'm gonna do is.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna get one of those. And if you're my employer, I didn't say this. We're just gonna mute this part.
Be listening to this?
I've actually honestly
Just move your mic away from your mouth.
Okay, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. But I have a plan.
Wait, what you're gonna do during your staycation?
No, my plan to like
have a staycation.
Have a staycation, but still have work.
Oh,
on the days I have work anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell the girls. Let the listeners get a little hack.
Well, if you want a little hack for all my remote work girlies, get you a mobile VPN. That's how you do it. It's like this little thing. They have them on sale. I think it's called something. I can't remember the company, but they sell them. A lot of like tech companies sell them. It's like it's one of those things that like shows your IP address is in the original location.
Oh, okay.
Instead of showing like your actual current location. So like whenever you connect to like a Wi-Fi at like a coffee shop or something, like your IP address goes off as it's in that location. Mm-hmm. But there's ways where you can hide your VPN for it to show like you're in a different location instead of where you actually are.
Oh, so it doesn't show that you're in a different location?
Yes. So let's say I were to like go to like Arizona or something, right? Mm-hmm. But my at-home IP address shows as Atlanta. What happens is when you connect the computer to the VPN and then connect the VPN to the Wi-Fi, it'll basically show as if that your IP address is in Atlanta, but your location is actually,
even though you're not.
Yeah, unless you got some like hella like good people on like your IT department over there at your job who know how to figure out if you're fucking faking your IP address.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't get caught, and that's how a lot of like digital nomads and like remote work people like travel and work at the same time.
Yeah, because I feel like IT, you should not be taking your job that serious to be outing people.
Some of them do. Some of them be that deep.
That
be like,
so extra.
If I have to work from fucking Colass, Ohio, you got to work from wherever you're at too. Some people be like that.
It never was.
It was never that. It was never that serious.
Thank you.
It was never that deep.
Never that serious.
I don't know. I kind of want to try it just like with like a short little trip before I start going crazy. And next thing you know, bitches in fucking Bali for like a 3-month staycation. From your boss, like, be like, hey, where are you
at?
Or they fucking do one of those pop-ups. Be like, hey, we're in Atlanta. Let's meet up. Meanwhile, bitch, where you at? Fucking South Africa. Some Australian. I'm in the Australian outback, and they're like, how the fuck did you get there?
I would never do.
Who approved this?
Hang out with my coworkers if they tried to pop up. Even with my coworkers that like were around when they'd hang out, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, after 5 o'clock, I'm good.
Yeah, for the most
We've
part.
done the conversating we needed to do.
Yeah, I think when I had just graduated, like one of my coworkers, he just moved into a new apartment. He was new to the city. We all were like new graduates, kind of. So it was like
so y'all were in that like post grad, like
newly into the corporate world. Just excited.
Yeah, never make. Here's my rule: never make friends with people who you're situationally aligned with. It's like we're both in this situation together, so let's be friends. No. That is not friendship. He was
cool though. He was cool.
He may have been a cool person, but it's
for
like
all of those. There's like different like
there's like situational friendships
based on situations, time. Friendships based off time. Friendships based off place. There's like words for that. I remember reading about that.
I'm just gonna call it situational friendships because at the time all of you are in the same situation as in like you're both post grads. New job hires, new employees. Mm-hmm. You're both just trying to figure out corporate world and shit. So you're like, oh, let's get together and talk our grievances, because we're in the same boat. It's like, nah, bitch, we're not in the same boat.
I wouldn't say never do it because I did enjoy it for the time being.
Don't be friends with your coworkers.
But that time has come and gone.
Don't be friends with your coworkers.
I think that is not necessarily.
Don't be friends with your coworkers.
The case, especially as an adult. You were just talking about how hard it is to find friends as an adult. Sometimes the only way you can find friends is through your job.
Find community outside your job, though.
What if somebody there you would click real good with, but you gonna deny that friendship because they're your coworker?
No, I'm not saying like be cordial, be friendly. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, if both of you end up at different jobs, like y'all end up quitting, cool, we could be besties then. But while we're working in the same place, especially being a black person working in corporate America, can't be besties with everybody.
Honey, especially that's why I'd want to be best friends, or I would want to be friends. I wouldn't say best friends. It'd have to build to that. But I wouldn't mind being friends with other black coworkers, other people of color.
But then you run into the thing where it's like it becomes a competition thing.
Competition?
Yeah, you've never just realized that?
Mm-mm.
So I noticed this one time. So there was a job I was working at, and I was the only black person at the time, right? Mm-hmm. And they had another black person. And I was like, oh, finally. Yeah.
Solidarity, baby.
Right. But then it gave very much like, I would head nod. They'd be like, I'd be like, oh, you not.
Not raising their hand. Hello.
You know how like you would do the, hey, what's up? The head nod, and they're like, hey, how are ya?
Oh my.
Kind of a situation. I'm kidding.
Why they didn't have to go?
They weren't like that, but like
fucking SpongeBob.
That's like. So they didn't say that, but like that's the kind of vibe that I got.
It was giving like the Key and Peele skit where there was like they were in a quartet and there was one black dude.
Yeah. And then they kept trying to have like a who can go deeper with it, like boom, 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 like yeah. So it almost became like a competition thing where it's like, oh,
that's insane.
Who's the better token?
Yikes. Oh yeah.
That's why I'm very hesitant to be like.
I think you've experienced
maybe I've been
trauma.
scarred. Maybe I've been scarred.
Because I'm like, at least with my job, it wasn't that. There was hella black, hella Asian, like.
It's CNN. They gotta diversify that motherfucker.
Right. It was literally CNN International.
Like, bitch, if y'all don't look,
are all over the
if y'all don't look like the news y'all report, it's something wrong.
Exactly. So I can't imagine that. Yeah. But I've been in that situation where, you do come across where you are, especially AGA. You're the token black person. Because literally, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but I found it more with men. Or I don't know if it was because I'm a black woman and they're a black man, where like if I was in a white space, I'd find it harder. My experience. I'd find it harder to be friends with the dude if they were black. Then they seemed less open and receptive.
Really?
Yeah, to even be cordial. And I'm like, we're all in this organization together.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I thought so too. I did not. Yeah.
There's been this. I don't know if you've seen this, like this trend going around on TikTok of black female like therapists, estheticians, and like people who like work in the businesses of like. And working with other people, right? And they've said like a lot of the times where a lot of them have been black women. They said a lot of the times when they've had black male customers, like or like patients or whatever, they've always been like like they harass them sometimes, or like it's not the most, like good interaction. It's not the best interactions. I don't know. It was just very interesting because. Oh,
was it the one where they were talking about? They were saying I don't see certain demographic of clients because of like those kind of past experiences.
It was a black therapist. It was a black female therapist, and she came out. She was like, she said she no longer. I think it was like she posted on her listing or like somewhere on her website that she no longer accepts black male clients.
Oh, wow.
Because she's like, from past experiences, it's just been she's experienced like emotional harassment, just overall just manipulation. It just did not leave her with like, and it's just like led to this whole conversation of like, why are black men seeking like black female therapists?
Well, I understand why.
No. Like, why not seek black male therapists? Granted, they're out there. It's gonna take you time to scour. It's like, why would you want a black woman to therapize you? And a lot of people were just like, yeah, why would you want a black female therapist as a black man?
I mean, a lot of black men grew up with black mamas, and there's certain things that I feel like certain perspectives black women have that I don't know black men could learn from.
And so but then a lot of people started chiming in and said, it seems like y'all are just wanting somebody to codify your behaviors and shit. Y'all looking for your therapist to be your mama when you should be looking for a black male therapist to tell you straight up, nigga, like, nah, you fucked up.
I don't know. Maybe, probably, I could see that. Like, I guess it's one take, but I feel like, I don't know. Also, black female therapists, I feel like, are also more available, like you said. And also, just like, I also think about black men and the image they feel like they have to uphold in front of other black men. And that could also
but then
keep them from that.
I feel like as a black man, I wouldn't be coming to my therapy appointments as my authentic and most truest self if I was a cishet black man. And
you wouldn't be?
I feel like if I was a cishet black man and I found and I was going to a black female therapist, I don't think I would come to them as my most authentic self, because I feel like a lot of black men feel they have to present like, you know, this like masculinity type thing, and it's like when you're in when you're like in therapy and you're like going through that, it's like you have to like break yourself down to like the core and like
your child, you're most vulnerable.
Exactly, like, and that's very hard for black men to do, and maybe that is why they seek black female therapists. But as for me, if I was a cishet black man, I don't think I could do it.
But I feel like that's also another, I don't know, to me that's another reason to see a black female therapist.
No, find you a black male therapist, cry with your niggas.
But though I do understand why certain black female therapists would not seek or would not accept black male clients. Like, I feel like every profession, you know, to a degree has the right to be like, I won't accept, you know, certain things. If y'all are coming to me and I've noticed that, you know, I'm getting harassed, or it's like my experiences haven't been
the best with like that type of clients.
Yeah, like I can understand that.
Girl,
you know?
I found a black gay therapist in the suburbs of Cobb County. Y'all can do it too.
You're in Atlanta though.
Cobb County. What was it? What's that girl's name? What'd she say?
Ackworth is not Atlanta.
Exactly. Thank you. I found my therapist. Why can't y'all find yours?
That's true. I won't say that black men shouldn't.
Psychology.com.
I don't think black men shouldn't go to black female therapists, I think black female therapists have the right to not want to have black male clients.
Like Chris Crocker said, leave Brittany alone. I'm saying leave black women alone, please.
I feel like
I'm tired. They tired.
Like a black female therapist would easily come on here and be like, "No, that's dumb. Like, I would never do that shit."
Girl, I'm fighting for y'all, but okay. I know. Like I said, like we said this season, we're gonna give our unapologetically authentic opinions. And my opinion in this case is like, y'all. No, go find you a black male therapist, somebody who can understand your situation. Yeah. Because most of the time, how you gonna be crying over a woman to another woman, and she gonna be like, "Nigga, you was wrong."
Maybe that's what they need to hear.
You need to go to your bros, and they can be like, "Yeah, you was wrong, but bro, I can see how you was also right."
No, I think also it was.
Is that toxic of me?
Yeah. And some black men, especially cishet black men, need to learn how to let go of this like presentation they feel like they have to put up in front of black women. And what better way to start than from your therapist? But
why can't they do that? Why can't they do that?
They can't do that with a male therapist.
Why not?
Because it's a male therapist. Ain't no front in front of a black woman.
You're not trying to fuck your male therapist, are you? That's a whole other conversation then.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? Fuck your.
That's another thing. That's another thing that happens a lot of times as well. Like when you have that male-female therapy, or like, because you, like I said, you have to be very vulnerable, very open in those conversations and spaces, and it's like, well, girl, if I'm being this open, shit, we might as well date. Like, and a lot of men will confuse that shit. Yeah, like there's a doctor-client thing here, but.
And that's what I'm saying. I can see why a black female therapist would be like, I'm not doing it. But I don't think it should.
I think it would be easier if it was a black male therapist to a black male client that was like.
Therapy isn't about easy. Therapy is about working hard, and you know what's a good way to work hard?
It's a good way to work hard with people who recognize your situations.
Yes.
No matter what, at the end of the day, I don't think a black female therapist could properly, truly understand her black male clients.
That's fair.
To the fullest.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
I think, and that's the only point that I'm coming from. Is I think they should just go ahead and find your own black male therapist.
You feel like the healthiest version of yourself. And so sometimes people discredit themselves, especially men, and especially black men. Yep, I said it, black men.
Wait, they discredit themselves from what?
You discredit yourself from getting the healing that you deserve because you're too focused on gender. And so going back to like my colleagues where like they've had people like men ask them, what do you bring to the table? Why should you be my therapist? Nonsense. Are you more concerned with what that woman can do to help you? Or are you more concerned at the fact that there's a woman telling you what to do? It's that same mentality that has kept America from nominating or electing a female president. A lot of men are intimidated by women having somewhat of a hierarchy role. I've had even clients say, well, I want a male therapist because at the end of the day, I don't want to be told what to do by a woman. And in terms of the therapy world, sometimes people view the therapist as having more authority when in reality, it's the client that does. We're here for you. We don't have a job if we don't have clients. So in that instance, I think there's nothing wrong with having a black female therapist. If you go through her credentials and see that she is the best fit to help you work through your problems, by all means, give her a chance. Don't discredit her because she's a woman. And I understand that like when it comes to male therapists, like we're different genders. Our experiences are different. And to be very honest, I don't blame some men who don't want female therapists. I don't want a male therapist. If I'm telling you about my body, you know, I don't mean to be vulgar, but there's only so much you know about a vagina. Like it gets uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And like just being as a black woman, like I don't have a white therapist. I've never had a white therapist. Reason being is because our experiences are not the same. Some of the issues, like let me just be transparent. One of the issues I went to therapy about was being a black woman in America. Even though we are trained as social workers and therapists to not be biased and to try to be empathetic, there somewhat is a level of unconscious bias, and not only that, a level of ignorance. You can't relate to my experience. You can sit here and say, well, I'm trying to be understanding. I appreciate that, but it will never be the same. You are at the top of the totem pole, right after white men. So you cannot tell me about my experience. So I understand men who sometimes question or feel anxious when it comes to having a black therapist. But I'm saying all of this to just give you a different perspective. Do not count women out when it comes to a therapist, especially black men. Y'all need therapy.
I mean, I feel like the black men ain't denying they need therapy.
Girl, she
just preached. I'm sorry I didn't get half of that. Let's see what our in-house live studio audience. Yes. Oh, this is our. This is our in-house.
Our unofficial third co-host.
Sociologist.
Oh, psychologist?
Psychologist.
I wouldn't say psychologist because I don't got a license. Social worker.
Social worker, okay. Yes. So she knows a thing or two, honey, and get her master's.
No, but the main reason this topic came up was because there's been this TikTok trend or this of people coming forth, a lot of like black female therapists talking about how they've had like black male clients and they've like found that they haven't had the best experience with them as clients. Mm-hmm. And because a lot of times you find they're very like emotionally harassing or sometimes even like, you know, can be a bit much and just like the interactions are not the best.
Okay, let's
exactly. That's the exact word I was. They undermine you.
Let's hear from our live cishet black men who don't really have a voice in this podcast. Said, I want a female therapist. If I'm talking to a black man, there's a limit to what I'm willing to share. Ain't no black woman coddle me. And I run to black females for when I need a female perspective. With a man, there's imbalance. I, much like a lot of black men, don't have a black father. So many of the things I'm trying to figure out is what it means to be a man. And in a world where gender roles are changing, how do you know what that means? Mm-hmm. Moreover, if I'm talking to a black man, now I don't want to be seen as vulnerable, especially if he ends up being a more masculine man. Lastly, I'm open enough to realize some of the issues I'm going to therapy about is self-centered or being too accommodating. So a woman's perspective is very important in dealing with those issues.
Who said that?
You already know.
Baba in the chat. Of course. Period.
Baba in the chat. So I feel like that's a good point. Also, like,
but the
getting an opposite thing.
Yeah, but when it comes to the coddling though, and see that still has to do with ego. Like, we can sit here and try to put a bow on it, but like at the end of the day, sometimes I think that when it comes to men especially, I was just having a conversation with somebody, there's a difference between emotional intelligence and emotional sensitivity, and a lot of times men don't have that. You think that because you're able to regulate your emotions, it's the only thing that has to do with emotions. And in terms of being emotional, there's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to go to therapy and be vulnerable. If you cannot cry in another space, that is a space that you're supposed to go to and be able to cry. So I personally don't like the connotation of coddle. I find it a bit offensive because it's like, why is your first thought as a social worker or as a therapist that I'm going to coddle you? That's not my job. I'm not there to coddle you. What I'm there to do is to give you a different perspective. I'm there to help you. Helping somebody is not coddling them. So I think men need to change that definition and stop using the word coddle. I really don't like that when men use that word coddle.
That's the word.
It's like, just because a woman is trying to help you see a different perspective doesn't mean that she's coddling you. And you're spot on when it comes to being a man in society and not having that real world example. You need a man for that. So by all means, have a man for that. But at the same time, don't discredit a female because we're quote unquote emotional. You think we're going to come to the sessions being emotional. No, we went to school to regulate our emotions. We're there to lead you. How could we help you if we're in an emotional mind? So you have to think about that when you say that. Just refrain from the word coddle, because that connotation is a bit negative.
Yeah, it is. I also feel like then I feel like black men should be able to see black female therapists.
No, get you a black man therapist. I'm sorry. I'm still of the opinion that I think I'm sorry. Like, just like she said, it's like there's certain conversations and there's certain like interactions and certain experiences that only another black man is going to be able to understand.
That's true.
When I explain it, and they're also going to be able to provide me with somewhat of the tools to kind of how to react to it and how to, properly check my emotions in those instances. And granted, no matter the gender of the therapist, they have those tools as well. But I feel like it would be more comforting if it came from somebody who recognizes, like, my emotions of anger in a situations are not necessarily coming from anger instantly. They're coming from past shit and just overall, like, systematic shit.
Well, I feel like a black female therapist would definitely on that point know that. But definitely, the black male experience, like we said earlier, like, that wouldn't be.
Because I think a lot of times
they wouldn't be able to relate to that.
The intersectionality of like
it.
Blackness is so diverse.
Yeah.
The experiences are so diverse, and then gender is where everything just goes left.
Yeah, gender is a very, like, we're in a world where there's a lot of genders. I'm not going to speak too much on that. But what I will say is that when it comes to like gender wise, like Brian said, like he's spot on when it comes to that. Women, we only can understand a man's perspective to a certain degree. No amount of accolades can help you fully understand a man's experience. We're not men. And just like men who, are making these laws, no shade, you can only understand our experience to a certain degree because you're a man. But at the end of the day, what it all comes down to is that person able to help you get to where you want to be? And if that person seems to be a woman, by all means, go for it. If that person is a man, by all means, go for it. But if you decide that you want to be with a man, that's fine. The thing Brian is saying that for him personally, he wants a man, but he's not saying you should not be with a woman. See, that's where
he said you should not be with a woman.
I'm of the opinion. Black men should go to black male therapists.
Yeah, but what I mean by that is like he's not basically like it's not too negative. Yeah, he's not discounting what women can provide, basically. Like, he's not discounting what women can provide. He agrees with the notion that women have a lot to provide, but at the same time, black men need that support. Now, some other men will take it the other way and be like, well, he's just saying black women can't do shit. You wrong.
Never said that.
Because some of you, some of you who are what do you call it, chauvinists, you know,
Period.
will come and try to sneak that in, and that's not what he said.
Don't be trying to put your agenda in my fucking
That's
mouth.
not what he's. That's what he, not what he said. That's not what he said. So let's clarify that, because some people would take that and literally, damn, Brian said, "Fuck these women. They don't know shit. Go to a black man." No. Correct your behavior now,
please. As you can see,
that was another perspective. You know, a more insightful, because she's actually, you know,
she has the background and the experience,
right? The study, honey, the degrees to talk about this subject more, as you will one day be seeing black male patients to some extent, clients.
Because you know there was a woman who put like that's what brought up this whole thing. She put out, she was like, I'm no longer accepting black male clients.
I saw that. I'm on a thread of black women social workers. And so in that thread, they talk about like issues that they normally have. And one of the women, I guess she knows that woman. And in the comments, like the women were going down and saying, yeah, like they've had those experiences where they've had clients like challenge them. They've had clients like basically be like, and what are you going to do for me? Mm-hmm. They've had clients try to make moves on them and things like that. And at the end of the day, like when clients do that, it's coming from a place of, you think that you're better than me, and so let me use my masculinity. It's a bruised ego, and at the end of the day, why would you let your bruised ego stop you from getting the help that you
seeking
need?
Help?
You know, I just feel like Courtney definitely put exactly everything I was going to say, or everything I did say, into much more a prettier package and proper, you know, using proper language, because I was just out here talking the outside of my mouth.
On the extreme side.
Okay. Honestly, I was talking out the side of my mouth, but like basically she you know.
But I don't think that is an issue with like all clients. That's where I disagree with you, Brian. Oh, you saying all men shouldn't go, but the bruised ego, the challenging, that's not all male clients. So why should all male clients have to go to other men if not all men behave that way?
Okay.
But anyways, we gon'
niggas gon' nig. Niggas gon' nig. Niggas gon' nig.
So irritating. Not niggas gon' nig.
Anyways, back to regularly scheduled programming.
No.
I just don't think it should be exclusive.
I think it should, for good reasons.
No, not to say you don't have valid points.
Sometimes, you know, exclusions and exclusivity is a good thing.
It's necessary. That's why I'm for that. I'm for that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like if these black female therapists are complaining, saying these black male clients is fucking violent, and it's not just like therapists, it's estheticians too.
But see, that's the thing that I think that if
like,
a black man,
if Lashes by Lisa is over here complaining that fucking Keith was up in here talking about something, I'm trying to look good. Next thing you know, he touched it like
he's opening his eyes during the last appointment. Like, what up, girl?
Like staring.
Damn, you look good from this angle.
Like, don't nobody want that? Keith, take your ass somewhere else.
Keith's about to get banned from all the shops. Honestly, black women,
Lashes by Lisa, extensions by Amy. Like, they all finna cancel this man.
Okay, that's
nails by Naya. I love this game.
He said cut them real low for me. Just these two fingers.
Yeah, take it down to the base. Go ahead.
These two right here.
Yeah, make sure you get that. Let me get that cuticle oil. You got that cuticle oil?
He's a menace.
Anyways, girl, I'm moving on from this topic.
Yeah.
Did you tune into the Oscars or no? You said fuck that shit.
I saw the looks online and read about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
How are you feeling about this? Because I have a lot to say.
Shout out to I said his name wrong last time too.
Ki Hui Kwan
and Michelle Yeoh.
Shout out to them.
Getting their coins.
Period.
Stephanie Sue.
Girl, we gonna get you your flowers.
My goodness.
We gonna get you these flowers.
I don't understand. Because I saw the first tweet I saw was, how are white people getting awarded for mostly Asian, for a predominantly Asian
cast?
Yes.
How is a white person getting awarded?
Yeah. It's like, how? And then I realized it was Jamie Lee Curtis. And this is no disrespect to Jamie Lee Curtis, because I love her. I love her acting. You know, we did have to talk to her a little bit, because I think She said,
what was the last thing she was in?
The other day.
Name the last thing she was in.
Ends. Halloween Kills. She's like getting eaten off that franchise. She does her thing. I enjoy her work. Freaky Friday. She is a great.
Lindsay Lohan. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Girl,
I feel like she has a great range too.
Scream Queens.
Yeah. So this is no shade to Jamie Lee Curtis, but I barely remembered her character on that movie
because she was in that movie for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
the total runtime for Jamie Lee Curtis on screen was 10 minutes.
Like literally.
And the most compelling thing that she did was play a lesbian lover with sausage fingers for half that time.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm very much confused as to how that performance beat out the story of a queer immigrant person of color dealing with a complicated relationship with their mother. Mm-hmm. Make it make sense.
And her performance was so riveting.
Girl, we all walked out of that theater crying.
Was impeccable. And you know, I saw that she finally got awarded for the film during the Spirit Awards. Yeah. And I was so happy for her, but to know that the Oscars is literally a week later and the best supporting actress.
That's literally the only award she won this entire award season, I think.
It's just crazy to me how, and I partially, you know, the Academy did this because they've been doing Jamie Lee Curtis wrong for decades. Just like Angela Bassett.
She's never been nominated before.
Yeah, or she's never won anything before. She's never won an Academy or an Oscar.
Who, Jamie Lee Curtis?
In her 40-plus year career.
She's never been nominated for one, though.
This was her first nomination?
First nomination, first win.
I think so. I think they were just trying to be like, you know, oh, let's give her this. And it was like, wrong time, wrong film. Y'all should have gave her props 20 plus years ago. Not now when Angela Bassett and Stephanie Sue are also nominated. Now is not the time. Period. Wrong place, wrong time. As my dad says, there is a place and time for everything.
This was not it.
This was not it. They did Angela Bassett and Stephanie Sue so dirty. I would have been happier if I don't even know who else was nominated.
Girl, we didn't care who anybody. Honestly, this award should have gone one of two ways: Stephanie Sue or Angela Bassett.
Period.
If Stephanie Sue didn't win, Angela Bassett. If Angela didn't win,
Angela Bassett did the thing.
Angela Bassett. And also they snubbed fucking Viola Davis for Woman King. But anyway,
I heard the Woman King got snubbed pretty much all around.
Yeah, but my thing is, y'all gonna snub her. Sure, okay, fine. You gave it to her because 40-year career, whatever. But then there's also been other people in the entire Hollywood movie industry who've done amazing work in movies, playing lead roles, even supporting roles that are bigger than what Jamie Lee Curtis was in, that have never been nominated.
Yeah.
And I'm very much confused as to how this whole thing works. But then she got up there and she said, you know, both my parents had Oscars. I said, oh, get her the fuck off the stage. Get her the fuck off the stage before I get up there.
Oh, I feel for her because she probably has been thinking about her family's legacy.
And she was like, God,
thinking it's never going to happen.
Girl, that's why y'all need, if you are a Nepo baby, get your expectations of meeting your parents' accomplishments out the fuck your head, because that's all it gave. Honestly,
she's a Nepo baby, but she's worked hard.
I'm not knocking her. I'm not knocking that she's worked hard. I'm just saying, wrong time. Just like you said, wrong time, wrong place, wrong role.
Bitch, wrong everything.
I don't even know why she was nominated. I was very confused when I heard when the nominations came out and she was listed. I said, why do they have two from the same movie nominated?
Why are y'all talking about Angela Bassett and Stephanie Sue with Jamie Lee Curtis? What does she have to do with anything in this? Why are they in the same category?
If 1 + 1 is 2 and 5 + 5 is 10, what the hell is this? It don't make no type of sense.
Literally, where did this come from?
Well, the Academy spoke and they gave it to whoever. But I'm just happy that Ke Huy Quan. Goddamn, did I say it right? Ke Huy Quan.
I swear we went through this last time too.
I'm so sorry.
And he gave another beautiful speech. I didn't even listen to it. I was like, I'm not in the emotional state for this again.
My mom and I were just looking at each other like teary-eyed.
Please, I can't take this anymore.
Even Ariana DeBose, who presented him the award, was like, she cried reading his name. She was like teary-eyed reading his name. I was like, this is so beautiful. And then he was just like, this goes out. Never give up on your dream.
And I saw the hug he gave to Harrison Ford.
After 30-something years since Indiana Jones.
That is so cute.
I was like, this man deserves the entire world.
Yeah.
Did you see somebody put it together? He is such a fan of Hollywood and just actors in general and just everyone that he had been taking selfies the entire award season at every after party, at every function. He just been like taking selfies.
I love that.
There's a selfie of him and Megan Thee Stallion, and him and Megan Thee Stallion look like they are I said, not Kiwi called me a hottie.
Yes.
I love this for him.
Oh, I'm here for it.
This is so beautiful.
It's like he gives like childlike joy, like that. Just that the most pure joy one could have is
to receive. And honestly, if that man never walked away with an Oscar, he would have just been happy to be there and nominated.
Yes.
And it's like, you rarely find actors like that nowadays, or like people who are just like, you know, the genuine joy of the art, and that's it.
Yes. Ugh. I thought that was just he's just such a feel good type of person.
But it's okay, you know, Black people, we know how to code things, because when Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors got up there to say, hey auntie, we love you.
Yes, period.
They knew what they were doing. They knew, because they said, girl, we see what they. But my favorite had to be Courtney B. Vance, her husband. That man, you could not hide the reaction on his face.
Oh, I didn't see his face.
He had a little smirk. He said, and then he had to fix his face real quick because he was like, "Oh, I'm next to her. We might be on camera." But like watching her reaction, like you can tell
that broke my heart.
I was like,
that broke my heart.
Yeah.
Seeing her, and I saw her process it, get mad, and swallow it for the sake of being on camera. And I was just that broke my heart because Angela Bassett works. Girl. She works hard. She be shutting it down.
As she said, as her character in Queen Ramonda, have I not given everything? And that is where we're gonna cap that, because
she has.
Because even in Tina Turner, the biopic, girl, she worked.
Yeah.
To transform into Tina Turner, and then
still
nothing.
Still.
It's given Papa Pope. What have I told you, Olivia? Time and time again. You have to work what? 10 times. 10 times as hard to get half of what they got. Imagine.
On that note.
Spending I'm pretty sure her and Jamie Lee Curtis have had the same length of career.
Yeah. Probably.
Mind you, she's been nominated before, Angela Bassett. Still didn't win. Nominated again, still didn't win.
Still.
Now, I'm not knocking the horror genre, but Jamie Lee Curtis is from horror. Horror never gets
everything, but yeah, horror does not be getting the
awards, acting acclaim that it should. Even though, you know, there is some work. But girl, you've been eating off of the same franchise for most of your career.
Because she got that franchise. She don't have to do much. But she's done other stuff, too.
But it's the way Twitter came for the fucking Activia account. Yeah. Activia the yogurt.
Why did I keep seeing Activia on my timeline?
Because Jamie, for like a full decade, Jamie Lee Curtis was the face of Activia. And then somebody tweeted with the that 50. Somebody posted a TikTok with the 50 Cent audio where they're like, they saying fuck Nelly, fuck 50. What they saying fuck me for? They were like, this gonna be the social media intern logging into the Activia Twitter account.
No, because I thought I was misreading. Like,
no, it was Activia.
I was like, I don't get it. I'm moving on.
The digestive yogurt.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Activia shall not know rest.
It shall not because, with Twitter, honey.
Because it's their fault. Activia and Ryan Murphy. That's who I blame. Scream Queens.
Look,
people saw her in Scream Queens and they were like, bring Jamie Lee Curtis back.
Because she is a good actress.
I'm not knocking that she's a good actress. I didn't say that. I just said her performance was not deserving of a nomination. But, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's giving very much Beyonce Grammys Album of the Year.
Yeah, they're going to choose anybody else.
Period.
Anybody else.
Oh, well. But,
So, are you gonna see Mr. Aubrey Graham this summer?
Girl, that sassy ass Toronto babe. Hell no.
Miss
I ain't gonna see him. But
Queen
to the girls
Aubrey.
that do, not Queen Aubrey. Queen, no, that's very suitable. Queen Aubrey.
Very much.
He's so sassy.
Yeah.
Did you see his little sit down with is it Lil Yachty?
I didn't see that, or maybe I might have seen a clip. I can't remember.
Yeah, they had like a little sit down discussion, and there's been clips like just like rolling around Twitter. Have you heard that
What is
TikTok
he talking
sound?
about?
There's a one TikTok sounder that came from it that was like, oh, you got big, you may have big tits, but like you're actually kind of smart. Have you heard that TikTok sound?
Mm-mm.
That's from him.
You got big tits, but you're actually kind of smart. Who did he say that to?
He was in the discussion with Lil Yachty. I'll show you the clip.
He's saying that's a Lil Yachty?
Yeah. He's using big tits as a metaphor for something in the conversation, but it's so fucking stupid.
Drake knows what the fuck he's doing. He is a marketing genius, I'm convinced. Because he's just too in the pop culture news for saying shit that is like, what?
Because isn't there also that other meme where it's like, you see this? This is us. This is all.
It's like, I feel like he
knows
knows.
He knows how to give memeable moments.
Exactly.
He knows how to give a good soundbite. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Drake knows how to give a good soundbite.
But even with like the Hotline Bling shit, like I think even from there he knew what the fuck he was doing with that little dance, and then being all over the internet.
To the point where in an interview, Michael B. Jordan, when asked top rappers, he said Drake. I said, oh, Michael. Jonathan Majors looked at him a side eye, bombastic side eye.
That's his
Drake,
choice.
top, okay. Not Jay-Z, not even Tupac, Biggie, none. Okay, shit. But it makes sense. It makes sense though.
Oh, he number one. Oh no, what was it? Eminem?
Not Jay. No. Oh. Hey, shout out to my nigga Juke.
Shout out to my nigga
Gucci.
Drake, honey. Like,
shout out to my nigga Drake. Shit.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that Michael B. Jordan would be a Drake fan.
It does.
I don't know why.
Me neither. But it just
when he said
fits.
it, I was like, nah, yeah, that makes sense.
It fits. Something about it is like,
you're
I'm
both
not shocked.
y'all both look like some like sassy, like
oh my goodness,
moody bitches. Like y'all look like y'all get together and like y'all have like ice cream nights and rom-coms.
No, you know what it is for me? MBJ, after the Lori Harvey breakup was announced and he was at the basketball game.
He was in his Take Care era.
He was definitely before he came out the car, he was definitely listening to
he was bumping the Take Care album.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I could see him being like,
But no, I will not be going to
cry
see
if you need
bitch,
to.
get the fuck off of me. The only Drake song that I like is actually not even a Drake song. It's a remix of a Drake song. It's JoJo's Marvin's Room.
Oh, was that the one where everybody was making the
alcohol
cover?
This call is a mistake.
I just didn't understand the chokehold that song had.
Marvin's Room? Oh my God.
Especially the JoJo version. In the chokehold.
Girl.
I was like,
could not let the hoes go.
Okay. But yeah, he's going on tour, so.
I won't be seeing him.
Why not?
Girl.
Because of everything you just said.
I can't name the last 2 albums that Drake has come out. I cannot name you a song from the last 2 or 3 albums Drake has come out of. But let me hear it on the radio. I'll bump.
Right.
He gives a good bop.
He does. Good
whenever he chooses his different ethnicities that he wants to be in each album.
Not him cosplaying.
Girl, he does it every single album. Wasn't the last album he was Arabic or something? He had all the like.
He was speaking Arabic.
Yeah, in one of the songs off of his last album or something.
That's hilarious.
I just remember the Arabic girls on TikTok eating that shit up. All the dudes, all the the fuck boys, the Arabic fuck boys ate it up. They loved him.
Well, you don't have to see him, but you know who else is going on tour?
Who?
Kid Fury and Crystal.
Are we gonna go see them? We should.
I don't know.
You know they love New York.
I know, but it's a 10-year anniversary tour, and they already did their official 10-year in New York. So I don't know if they're gonna be
rap. Maybe they'll
doing
do
it over there. I need them
rap
to.
around.
But I'm like, damn, bitch.
Are they gonna come to Atlanta?
I'm tired. I don't know.
No, you know what they say the sign of a recession?
What?
When everyone's either coming out an album or when like the music industry is like everyone's just putting out like music and just.
Because I'm trying to figure out why everybody and their mama is on tour right now or trying to come on tour sometime this year.
Yeah, they said y'all said y'all wanted to be outside 20. Somebody said summer 2023 is giving part 2 to summer 2016, and summer 2016 was lit. Summer 2016 was lit.
Why did everybody have a lit summer 16?
It was something in the water. And we were all just like, the girls were feeling it.
Yeah.
The music was good. The songs was bumping.
Yes.
And look, summer 2023. The girls are outside. They're going on tour.
Lining itself up to be.
We're getting albums. Megan is saying she's coming out with the album. She was interviewed on the Vanity Fair after party for the Oscars.
Oh, yo, Anthony did call that she'd be announcing the tour by the end of the year.
Not a tour, but she said an album. So I don't know.
Maybe both. Mm-hmm. We can hope. We can dream. We can dream.
Hot girl summer, we back. Say less. Do not. Don't
I'm definitely gonna be outside this summer.
Well, speaking of financial ruin, are you keeping up with this Silicon Valley Bank nonsense?
No.
Do you even know what it is?
I hear that it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I hear, oh my God.
What else do you hear?
Tech, money loss, failure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's it?
Silicon Valley tech.
Yeah. So let me explain it to you a little bit, because this shit has had me in a chokehold. I have been invested.
Why?
Well, I work in tech. Oh. It matters to me.
So can this come in the way of your job? Like, are you one of the girls getting fired?
Girl, no, don't do that.
I didn't know what was happening. I told you, I don't know.
God forbids.
Hey, in the
God
name
forbids.
Jesus.
Let me say it. Yes, knock on wood. Anyway,
yes.
No. It's just been so Silicon Valley Bank is where a lot of venture capitalists and a lot of tech companies in Silicon Valley keep a lot of their actual capital and like cash. Okay. And so the bank, instead of just having the money sit there, they have to put it towards something, right? So the Silicon Valley Bank put it toward mortgage-backed securities, which is kind of like the things that caused the 2008 housing crisis. Mortgage-backed securities are kind of what caused the housing crisis of 2008 to like fucking happen. So the bank put a lot of their money into mortgage-backed securities. Now, what happens is there's interest rates on those mortgage-backed securities. Now, interest rates for mortgage have been going up. Yeah. So, like, a lot of girls were just like... So, a lot of the venture capitalist funds were, like, telling the tech companies, take your money out. Mm-hmm. Because they basically told them to, like... So, there was a run on the banks. And so, the run on the banks meant, like, people were running to take money out of their accounts, which is what happened in the 1920s crash. Remember?
But wait, okay, let me
So then what happened was the money, in order to like stop people to stop the run on the bank and people, taking out money and shit, mm-hmm. The banks, I think the federal government stepped in and were like, shut it down.
Shut down the bank?
Yeah. And they had to be like, because I think it was like $2 billion.
Dang. That was taken out, or how much?
It was just gone.
Damn.
So a lot of tech companies, I remember I saw one TikTok, apparently this tech CEO or CFO got a phone call from their bankers or their somebody who works for them, and they were like, hey, BT Dubs, a lot of your money for your company is in Silicon Valley Bank. And so that's what a lot of the money that's in there also goes out to like payroll, paying people.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So a lot of people were like, what the fuck is... So literally Friday at like end of close Friday, the bank was shut down. And no one knew if any of that money was going to be backed by the FDIC.
Because that's a whole lot more than 250K.
Yeah, because the FDIC only backs up to, I think, 250,000 in deposits. And it's like these tech companies and venture capital funds were like millions of dollars.
I bet.
So people were like, bitch, what the fuck gonna happen with my money?
So
a lot of the companies that were affected, so I know like DoorDash, TikTok. So literally between Friday and I think Monday at open ringing bell, like a lot of their what are they called? A lot of their stock prices was dropping.
Oh, I bet.
So the girls was just like,
So the girls were ready to pull out?
They were scared. They were like, what's gonna happen? Yeah, but not when it's fucking. I mean,
no,
a lot of people
dropped, but
a lot of people are happy
coming
that
back up.
A lot of people.
The thing is, it takes time for the stock market to fluctuates a lot. So for somebody who's new, like a starter.
But then the thing about the prices dropping like that is like they don't know if these are going up because these stock prices are connected to how much the company has in capital.
I
and
feel
how
like
much
would you even want to invest in a literal failing bank?
No. So now what's happened?
If it's closing down.
So now what's the interesting thing that's happening right now is the I think it's HSBC in the UK is literally offering to buy Silicon Valley Bank for literally €1. I'm just like,
damn, what?
How does it work?
That sounds disrespectful.
That's the other part that I'm very much confused about. But then I heard that not only did Silicon Valley Bank close, but there was also another bank that closed by the federal government. The government stepped in. They're like, we're closing this one down too.
So what sparked this was these tech companies pulling out because of the increasing whatever rates.
Yeah.
And then so it was kind of like a chain reaction.
Basically.
So now people who work at Silicon Valley Bank, is that what it's called? Silicon, whatever.
Yeah, they ain't got no job no more.
They ain't got no job. What about
like that girl I showed you on TikTok? She got a promotion at work, and her friends flew her out to Phoenix to celebrate. And then, boom, guess where her promotion was at? Silicon Valley Bank.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, girl.
So, like, what about the tech companies, I guess, connected to payroll? Can this affect, or, I don't know, like, if TikTok is under there and, like, can TikTok employees be affected by this?
Well, I think what's happened is, like, the federal government is deciding to, like, step in to like help out and like back a lot of the deposits.
Mediate some of this.
Yeah, because then you're just like, well, fuck, if you can't pay. Imagine working and expecting a salary.
They're like, sorry, the company has no money.
Be like, girl, our money's just poof gone. They're like, bitch, what you mean money's gone? What do you mean the work I've been doing ain't just poof disappear?
I thought these. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just thinking of the huge companies. Don't they do like offshore shit? Like,
you would think.
Aren't you supposed to be in Sweden or somewhere?
But like, there's like capital that's also needed for like a lot of other things with tech companies, like purchasing patents and putting out shit like that. And all that specific. I don't know the specifics. I just know this shit had me fucking floored on Friday because I was tempted to even ask my managers like, so like, your investors and like your venture capitalist fund that like funds this company, it's like, where do they keep their money in? It's like, am I getting a paycheck? Are we going under? What's happening? But,
I mean, I hope it just doesn't affect like, I guess, the everyday employee. Other than, of course, the Silicon Valley Bank employees are fucked. Yeah. I guess
which is unfortunate, but
yeah, I don't like that. But
my heart goes out to them.
The tech companies, I don't want to say I don't give a fuck, but
girl,
corporations will always be okay. It's always the
individuals. Capitalism.
It's always the individuals who get fucked more than the corporations, because the corporations, like you said, the government will always step in
and be like, oh, okay, we'll fix it for you guys. It's like, oops, mommy, I spilled the milk. Fine, I'll come clean it up.
Yeah, whereas an individual can literally be like, actually, like, none of us have been paid for the last 5 months from this corporation, and we were supposed to be, and the government will be like, sucks for you, girl, good luck, figure it out.
Yeah. And then in other fucking horrible ass tech news, Meta just announced they're letting go of another 10,000 people by April.
Why do they have so many employees?
Apparently I've been hearing rumors that a lot of people were hired basically on hoarding the workforce so that skilled laborers in the tech industry couldn't go work at other companies.
So they were like almost holding them just for the sake of like, so just like in case we need you and we don't want you going elsewhere. Yeah,
so I've seen like a couple of TikToks and like some people claiming that like I got hired and I'd been working there for 6 months, but I didn't have like a direct like list of responsibilities for like daily things. I was literally
nice. Hire me.
Shit, I'll come sit on my computer for a couple of hours a day.
You ain't gotta give me a thing to do, baby. That's fine.
So like a bunch of people were saying like Meta and like some of these other companies where they were fired is like I was hired, I sat at my desk, I tried to like find other people, like talk to other people, find projects to be a part of, but there was literally nothing, and I just got a check. I'm like, shit.
That sounds like my kind of job. I don't know. But I mean, that's great for, me. I'd be there, 6 weeks. That's all I need. Thank you. So, for people who are thinking this is like leading to their career.
Right. They're like, imagine, like, bitch, I'm working at Meta, one of the biggest, like, media companies in the world currently. And it's like, I'm about to be making bank. I'm about to start,
start my career.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, no, girl.
Not too much.
Because the amount of TikTok I've seen of people like, I just moved and bought this house in bought this big-ass house, this 5-bedroom ass house, like, in the middle of fucking nowhere, Austin,
Texas.
Texas.
I'm going to be paying a mortgage.
Thinking about making a mortgage. First month in the house, bitch, you're fired. What? Yeah, so
honey, you better pray for a good severance check. That's all I can
girl.
say.
I heard they're getting like 7 months worth of severance. It's they should definitely pay you because that's some fucking bullshit to just let go of an entire workforce like that. But like 7 months, shit, fly me out,
honey. You need an employee for 4 weeks. You can hoard me, Google. I'll be okay.
I would love to be hoarded by Google, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. Shit,
hoard me.
Look, I'll put on some VR goggles, hop in the metaverse, hang around with Mark for a little bit.
Right. Go to the break room. Let me see how the massage.
But do you remember how during the pandemic the tech girlies were all about like working in tech and shit?
Oh my God.
Work in tech. This is
how I was working at McDonald's for 3 years, but now.
But after taking this certification class, I work in tech and I make 6 figures.
Yeah, I was working at McDonald's literally 2 days ago, and now I'm the VP at Google's. Like,
tell me why all those girls and all those like influencers or whatever have completely disappeared from my For You page.
Damn.
These girls don't exist no more.
Honey, tech ain't, given what the girls, what it made it seem like it promised it would give. Because the thing about tech is even pre-pandemic, they were like, our workforce is so different. Like, look at these bean bags. Look at this break room where you can literally get a massage and there's a massage chair.
Girl,
you can just stand around and talk to your bros all day long.
Like, you see, like, some people, like, on TikTok especially, boy, they romanticize the fuck out of working at, like, these big four tech firms. It's like, oh, I literally only work for 4 hours a day, and then I get to fuck around and, like, go to work and, like, steal snacks. Or, not steal, but, like, I get...
Right, they have like, big ass... Like,
not even that.
Some cafeteria.
Exactly. Some of them have full-on cafeterias with, like, professional chefs preparing, like... 4-course meals and shit. You're like
fucking Taco Tuesdays,
girl. Like, meanwhile, the rest of us is struggling with our packed fucking ham and cheese sandwiches.
I can't help but feel like all of this was propaganda.
That's why I feel like it was bound to happen. Because how the fuck you gonna have an entire workforce? Because it wasn't just one person. It was like hundreds of people posting that kind of content. Now imagine the ones that were posting the content compared to the ones that weren't posting but were still working that. I'm like, y'all hoes have to be fucking plants.
The stuff with like, I don't even know if it's, I think plants, but also like, it's like brainwashing. It's propaganda where it's like you make people believe that this is some heaven or something. So all it takes is a couple plants to like plant that seed, and now all these people are like, yeah, tech is so great. They've been working in tech for 1 week. They don't really know.
They got my ass too. I'm not gonna lie. I signed up for a certification thinking, oh, I'm about to make a bank. I'm about to be up in that big. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, it helped me, secure my current job. But
Yes, we love that. I just always thought, like, during TikTok, like, I'm glad, like, I'm here for people making big money because it's about time that people felt like they were getting paid for what, the work that they're doing.
Right.
And they feel like it's balanced. But also, it's still a job. It's still a job
that part.
At the end of the day, like, most of our jobs are pretty useless in the big grand scheme of things. I hate to say it, but it's pretty useless. It's just still a job. A job is a job. And so I was like, why all of this? Like, oh my God, you need to work in tech. Like, girl, whether you work in tech and business, you're still going to be clocking in, clocking out, not be able to, like, want to talk to your coworkers. Like, I'd still be like, I can't wait to leave. But there was this whole, like,
movement.
To be like, but tech. And now these tech bitches doing y'all dirty. Like,
look, half of y'all got fucking replaced by Chat GPT and AI. I'm so sorry to say it. Let's be real. Like,
thank you, Courtney. Hell is hot.
Listen, I feel for y'all because I was in that job market with y'all for 3 months. Looking,
yes.
And that shit is not easy.
Digging.
And sometimes you even get denied for unemployment. That shit is ghetto. Like, it's the worst. Having to take on jobs you don't want to do when, you feel like you're much more skill set for, something a little bit better. I get it. But it's like, y'all hosts low-key brought this on yourselves.
No, I never blame the individual. No. This is some infrastructure shit that they promised. They said, working in tech is great things. Look at our beanbags and free snacks. We got you.
Not the beanbags and free snacks.
Now, during the pandemic, y'all losing your jobs, bitch. Come work over here.
It was the unlimited PTO for me.
Right. Unlimited PTO, 6 figures. And then now that we got all y'all hoes setting yourselves up with these certifications and these degrees and shit, get the fuck on. Thank you. Now we have plenty of y'all that we can. Now this is a race to the bottom at this point.
Girl, like, when I tell you right now, the way these jobs are getting, like, it was worse. But remember the episode we talked about? I was talking about having to apply for jobs on LinkedIn. Like, literally, a job is posted within 30 minutes and over 100 people are applying.
Yes, 200 plus applicants.
It's more like 500 people are applying within 30 minutes. And it's like, who the hell are these motherfuckers?
Who the fuck?
Where did y'all come from?
Nah, for real.
And it's very unfortunate, but I'm like, listen, y'all should have kept y'all mouth shut talking about some remote working. I ain't doing shit for 4 hours.
Silicon Valley.
No, it's absolutely Silicon Valley's fault. They're the fucking worst. Like, don't get me wrong, but that shit was...
Damn.
Whew.
Because you just, you're just, like, seeing what's being fed to you. You're just, like...
They convinced entire generations, I feel like.
So, yes, so many people. And now
because now even, like, kids graduating this year are probably like, bitch, I don't want to go to college. Fuck it. I'm going to just do a couple certifications. I'm be good.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a job.
Yeah.
But, girl, it's looking like we might need to start getting these master's degree, PhDs and shit.
Honey, you got to get a master's in computer science. I wish I had the best.
Oh, hell no. Would never be me.
The best. Good luck.
And on that note, y'all, we're going to wrap this podcast episode up. It's been real.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, all the good shit. You can find us wherever podcasts are found. Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, Amazon Music even. Don't forget to engage with the podcast. Comment,
review, please. Reviewing helps so much.
Yes, we love your reviews. We love
just give like a little 5-star. That's all we.
You ain't gotta write too much. You can just put Brian is hilarious.
But great! Exclamation mark.
Exactly. Yeah. Listen. Just give basic ass answers. We love either way.
Help the algorithm. Help us with the algorithm.
Yes, boost our algorithm up, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Untitled Africans Pod,
and YouTube.
It's been real, y'all. We love y'all. Peace out.
Bye.